I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn, the man. People wanna know when Mace, Posse, and Dave win. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock, turn it up.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Brooklyn Beats. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 41, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
58, come on. Okay, double up.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the ground, this is Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 41, Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
from the 45 on second down. Murray, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. And this now 3rd and 11 after that second down completion actually went back a yard. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. To throw again is Wilson. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep is Micah Hyde. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. David Moore, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 11 now. Murray, they'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Returnable for Lockett. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He'll find Metcalf, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards as they get to reset the sticks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Carson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll run on first down. Carson trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Throwing on second down, Wilson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
You better be afraid of me.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Carson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Now Wilson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Safety's 14. Move 14.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 27-yard line. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 27. Here's Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Check 50, check 50.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. This is Carson. Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and that's it. Officially no gain on the play and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Cardinals' 12-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Wilson operating from the gun, escaping the pressure right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I got it. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey. You got 3. 3 down. Hey, alert. 58, right over there. Yeah. Right there.
Here's Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. All 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and this last one puts him out in front.
All the field goals are great, but you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you guys score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, I wonder if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just 1 play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Down and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
1 play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Alert.
From the gun, Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Flushed out right. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Go.
Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 14.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
57 to Mike. 57.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run it with Carson, and he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
315.
58, come on.
Alert.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Go 58's the mic. Let's get it together, defense. Go.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. And this is caught. He hits more. 25 yards that time. On first down, it's Carson. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing is Wilson, eluding the pressure right. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Bang out. Bam.
Check 37, check 37.
Alert. Good cut.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. His throw incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
58, right over there.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Jordan Reed has it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 33. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Fair.
58 to Mike.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Hey, 58.
25.
On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. And this one complete to Reed. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw it, Murray. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Here's Kamara off the draw. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go into this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Escaping the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Green 80! Quick!
Throwing now is Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Wilson to throw. Rolling to his right. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Metcalf once again the target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Steps away. He's got it at the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. One last shot for Wilson. Sliding. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Cards, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.